We still don't feel well, but we're back. That's right, we're back.
We are back.
We feel horrible. We're both sick.
We do.
We've been sick for days now. This is day 457
It feels
that we've been
like
sick.
it. It's actually Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, right? And guess what? We did inventory for our Mischief Toys items. And right now, you can find some of our collaborative items on the website. We have some Vertebrae 33 items, which include Vertebrae's pin, which is beautiful.
And this excellent print, which is also available on the website. It's beautiful.
It's an 11 by 17. And there are also shirts.
Shirts are up on the website as well.
And the hats.
The hats, I think, sold out, did they not?
Oh, you're right. The hats
sold out, but there are a handful of t-shirts left, so go over to MischiefToys.com right now, buy all of your things.
Yes, and right now, Chris is going to be so nice, and he's going to put up an image of the Haunted Ghastly 7th ink shirts that are available on the website. There's actually, I think, like one of each left, or maybe one of one and two of another left.
Oh my god.
They look incredible. 7th ink partnered with us to create a Haunted Ghastly short sleeve and long sleeve shirt, and they are super comfortable, super nice, and I love them. You'll love them. We'll all love them so much. Tomorrow is a huge day, though.
Tomorrow's our big sale. It's all of the items that are from New York Comic Con that we had remaining.
Yes.
A very limited stock of the remaining items.
Super limited stock. We have Blacklight Mortem. We have Blacklight Vampire Ghastly. We have a handful of our pins. I think it's less than half of the pin designs will be available.
Yes.
In extremely limited quantities. Extremely. Like, you guys are going to be cussing at us because they're going to go like that.
And we also have Vampire Ghastly shirts and hats on the website right now.
Yes, and we have lanyards that will be going up tomorrow, and Vampire Plush Ghastly and pin bundles. This is our very first glow-in-the-dark plush, and as we found out a couple of days ago, thank you, John, he has a removable cape, which we did not know. If your animal's neck is small enough, maybe your animal can have a cape, a Vampire Ghastly cape. That would be cool. Where's Fritz? Maybe I can put it on him.
But tomorrow's a big day at 1 p.m. Eastern to go and buy all of the leftover stuff. The t-shirt glows in the dark, which I am wearing right now.
It's incredible.
It's a glow t-shirt. And the hats are black light, one of my favorite hats we've ever put out. It has like this ghastly face, but it looks like from like a horror film or something.
Yeah, it's very cool. But huge news that I didn't even put in the email. We're going to have Mortem protectors.
Oh, Mortem protectors. And we also have Ghastly protectors right now.
Yes, Ghastly protectors will be going up. I'm going to put them up at some point before 1 p.m. tomorrow when the pins and the figures and lanyards go up for sale. But yeah, the Mortem protectors will go up at 1 p.m. as well.
So make sure you go to MischiefToys.com right now for the apparel and some of the things from our partners that we worked with for New York Comic Con. But tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, is when we'll just unleash hell, and everything will be on the website from New York Comic Con. All of the remaining stock that we have available. So make sure you go and check out MischiefToys.com right now and tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. But this video is more or less discussing what happened at New York Comic Con for Mischief Toys, which is a lot of things. I want to talk more about Thrill Joy. We're going to do that in another video, probably tomorrow or the following day. We'll show you all the Thrill Joy stuff that we were able to obtain, talk about Thrill Joy, and get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty, talk about how we feel about Thrill Joy and their product, talk about their booth, and everything else in between. Their team, really great people. We'll talk about those folks as well. But in this video, I want to talk about Mischief Toys specifically and what happened with Mischief Toys. Forget Funko, forget all these other toy companies. Let's just talk about Mischief Toys, because I don't think any other channel right now is going to talk about the experience. If they are, they won't be able to talk about it as well as we can, because we, of course, were the people putting on the experience. Now, one side note. Our friend Zachary Stone traveled with us the entire time and filmed everything. He literally filmed all of our experiences. So he will put out the documentary at some point. We're going to collab.
He's going to send it to us, and are we putting it up?
Well, we're going to collab on it. We're going to talk about all the different things with this documentary. Typically, it's on me. If you've never watched our documentaries, they're called Making Mischief at NYCC. We did one in 22, one in 23, and this year Zachary filmed everything in 24, and he's going to be editing a lot of it, and then we'll probably be putting in our 2 cents as well at some point. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. It probably won't be a quick turnaround because he filmed so much.
Yeah.
He filmed even over at the Thrill Joy booth.
Yes, he did.
A ton of documentary footage. I don't know how we're even going to use it all, but I think it's going to be really great. Probably the best documentary film for Mischief Toys ever.
Yeah.
But that's something to look out for soon. But the event itself, this was probably the best load-in for this event ever. We were able to load into the convention quicker than ever. We were able to set up our booth really quick as well. We were pretty on point this year. Like, there was no lagging, no forgetting anything. Everything really went well for us at New York Comic Con.
It did. It went very, very well.
It had a really great team there as well. Our friends Nick and Brian Barrick were there. And then on top of that, our friend Sam happened to show up. He was just there as like a bystander or just somebody to hang out with us, but he turned out to be a huge help.
Yeah, and Ryan Thomas came with us too.
Yeah, and Ryan as well. So we had a lot of help at this convention. It was incredible because in previous years, we always brought a team, but it never felt like we had enough people. We always felt very overwhelmed. But this year, I feel like we had the right people for the job.
Yeah, and the right amount too.
And then Michael Duran, aka Loco Duck, happened to be built right into our booth.
Yes.
Doing drawings for people, commissions. People were asking him to do various, art pieces. He was doing that. He was selling, it was like our prints, but it was like the original version of our prints.
Yes, his original artwork.
Yeah, he murdered the entire show. And then right next door to us was Vertebrae 33, who was selling, the stuff like this, which is on the website right now, which you can go and buy. And he was doing some really killer things. I really love Vertebrae 33. Their work is absolutely epic. 7th Ink was actually pretty far away from us.
Yes, I walked to their booth on after or during loadout. And it took me 5 minutes to walk all the way over there. There were no traffic in the aisles just because all the con goers were gone.
Yeah.
It literally took me 5 minutes to walk over there. That's a lot. Because at the convention, when there's people in the aisles, it probably would have taken me about 15 or 20.
Or more.
Yeah.
So this was the most amount of people I've ever seen at New York Comic Con.
Yes.
I would love to see the numbers. I haven't seen the numbers yet in terms of how many people attended on each day. But Sunday was just as crazy as any other day during the convention.
It was crazy.
And Sunday is usually pretty dead or a little bit lax. It just so happened that we were in a part of the convention center where it was just high traffic all of the time. I mean, it felt like there were people passing by consistently and constantly. But it was really great. Mischief Toys killed it this year.
Yeah.
And it was because of you guys, and we appreciate you guys coming out and seeing us. We were able to bring Noelle and Peter, the narrator, with us. They were doing signings. We were doing signings.
Yeah.
Even our friends Nick, Ryan, and Brian were signing boxes sometimes.
Which was amazing.
Because they were a part of the team. We got to see so many different people this year. I feel like we had a bigger turnout than the previous couple of years.
Yes, and not only did we have our artist Noelle signing at the booth and Peter the narrator signing at the booth, but at Night of Mischief, our newest team member, artist, Devin, he is a figure artist. He also has a couple of prints coming out and pins.
Yep.
And stickers. He joined us. And we got to introduce everybody at Night of Mischief to him. As a matter of fact, his very first figure comes out during Halloween week.
And Halloween week for Mischief Toys will take place next week, a week from right now. And it'll be 4 days of complete, utter fun, spookiness, and silliness and everything else. Yes. Yeah, the final day I would suspect is October the 31st, which is on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll only be 4 days, unfortunately.
Wow. Well,
usually we get 5 days out of it, but this is good.
It's actually fortunately because your wallets will be a little bit happier.
Right. We have so much to bring you for Halloween week. It's going to be a lot of fun. In fact, the figure that our brand new artist Devin created for us, he is just such a lovely individual.
He really is.
I love this guy. He's so awesome. So you guys will see a lot more of him soon. You'll see a lot more of his work soon. He actually worked on some stuff for Christmas week or holiday week.
And for shortly after Halloween week.
Shortly after Halloween week. Yeah.
Very shortly. I mean, like, very soon after Halloween week.
And he worked really hard on an upcoming license deal that we're working as well.
Yes.
He's working on all sorts of stuff. So Devin is going to be a huge part of Mischief Toys. I can't wait for you guys to be able to see him. I want to bring our artists on live one night on Gastlecast and do sort of a Q&A and chat and hang out. I think that would be really great. More information about that soon. Probably in 2025, I would suspect, because it's just so crazy right now. We're still, as you can tell, we're still bouncing back from New York Comic Con. Then we have Halloween. Then we have everything else in between, all the way up into December. It's going to be nuts. This year is nuts. But let's get back to New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con was great. Brian Mariotti visited us, as we had mentioned in a previous video and our live, and also the CEO of Funko, Cynthia Williams. So Thrilljoy and Funko, their CEOs, both show up to our booth. The two largest booths, I would say, at the convention.
Maybe. You also had a third CEO visit the booth every single day. Do you recall who that was?
Oh, was it you?
Yeah.
Heather, the CEO. You know, speaking of that, during Night of Mischief, which if you were unable to attend, because I know tickets were hard to get. By the way, Night of Mischief was insane. More of all of what we're talking about will be in the documentary, but the amount of people on the line, they were wrapped around the block. It was insanity, the amount of people that were standing in line, and we had to get people checked in into the event. It was craziness.
It was absolutely nuts.
Night of Mischief couldn't have went any better. The only issue was we had a little bit of sound issues, audio issues, which is something we plan on remedying next year. But we were able to give away really cool Call Ghastly figures.
Yes, we were.
These were some of the coolest figures I think we've ever produced, and I am so happy that we were able to finally unveil it. I almost feel like I'm doing something illegal right now by showing it.
Yeah.
Because we had it hidden for so long. We've had this hidden for months.
Over a year.
That we were putting these together for the event. And I'm in love with these figures. I mean, what says New York more than a King Kong character climbing the Empire State Building? I mean, that's New York, right? That's New York in a nutshell. Also, we split those down the middle, 100 pieces each, to sort of get the room kind of riled up, see what people would do and how trees would happen and stuff like that. And they were blind boxes, by the way.
They were.
The only thing that told you that you were going to get something different from somebody else is that we did put stickers on the bottom, and that just happened to be one of them. It was a 100 sticker. One was like red, and then this one was green.
It was pink.
Was it pink?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I might have one. Yeah, I have it right here. Yep, it is. Yep, pink and orange. It's almost like a purple color.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Night of Mischief went incredible, and the people seemed to really have a good time that were able to attend. We put on one heck of a show with a bunch of promos, a bunch of giveaways. It was awesome.
It was so awesome.
And some super limited gold pins.
Yeah.
So if you're a pin ho for Mischief Toys, and you weren't there, these are two pins that'll be very hard to get.
What was really cool is we had a new figure every single day at the convention. Day number 1, everybody knew about. We previewed it online. It was Blacklight Vampire Ghastly, limited to just 295 pieces. It is our very first time using the Vampire Ghastly mold. You will definitely see Vampire Ghastly at some point in the future, not too soon. I'm really excited to use that mold again. I already have so many ideas on how we're going to use this mold. I'm stoked.
Yeah, I even want to change the face.
Yeah.
Like, I want to really play around with the vampire, make him more like monstrous.
Yeah, it'll be very cool.
Yeah.
Day number 2, which was Friday, we did Black Light Mortem, limited to 380 pieces. We previewed him at Night of Mischief, and it was super duper cool.
People were ripping the roof off that place when we showed Mortem.
For
People were
Black Light
super
Mortem.
stoked over Mortem.
And what was really interesting to me was we hid him in the background of one of our live videos probably a month ago, I think.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anyone point it out.
No, it's really weird. We like to hide things every once in a while. We've done this over the course of the couple years that we've been doing it. But we'll hide stuff in the background. I remember one specifically was the Ghost Ghastly.
Yes.
When we sold Zombie Ghastly, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
It was something like that, but I remember hiding it in there, and we did exactly the same thing with Mortem.
Yeah.
But Mortem is such a fantastic figure. People love Mortem, but this version of Mortem was something really special to me. So special that I'm going to have it tattooed right here next to my black light guys, right here. So I have all my black light people here. Then on Saturday, we had our Skeleton Ghastly, or Halloween Skeleton Ghastly.
Yeah, limited to 225 pieces. Also black light. He's orange with a black skeleton.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And he paired with our at-home figure, Blacklight Skeleton DeMonstro.
Right, this guy right here, who is currently on sale on the website. You can go buy him right now. He is awesome, and he looks great underneath the black light.
Yes.
He's badass.
And as a matter of fact, the stories on the back of each of those figures link together just like he and Ghastly do.
Suit Ghastly, he's wearing a Halloween suit.
Yes.
And there was a suit that I wore at Night of Mischief.
Your Night of Mischief suit was inspired by his suit.
Yes, but very similar.
Very similar. Yours had more colors, and it had Ghastly's head, which, I mean, it would be really weird if Ghastly
had his own head
on his suit. Can you imagine walking around with, like, a print of your head all over you?
Well, no one knew that that figure was going to drop, obviously, because that was a Sunday drop, and Night of Mischief took place on Thursday.
Yeah, and we didn't preview it until Saturday.
Exactly, yeah, we didn't show it yet. So it was cool. On Sunday, I actually wore the suit jacket just so people could see, oh, wow, the figure matches the jacket. You know, if they hadn't gone to Night of Mischief.
Yeah, and every single day we had at least 2 different pins for each figure.
Yes.
With the exception of the DeMonstro pin, which was interesting. So we had one pin that was there for every single day, which was a I Ghastly New York pin.
Yes.
That had the vampire on it. And then we also had a pin that was just the vampire Ghastly head.
Yeah.
To pair with the figure, and we had a bat signal, ghast signal Ghastly. It was glow in the dark pin, and we liked that because bats and Ghastly.
Yeah.
So I thought that they linked a bit, but
well, there's a good reason why we had to bring another pin in.
Yeah.
Because we had a hinged pin that was going to be sold during the weekend, but the hinge wasn't magnetized, so the hinge didn't close properly and it looked all wonky.
Yeah.
So we actually are having them reproduced.
Yeah, it sucks, but it'll be well worth the wait.
You're right, it sucks, but
on Friday we had a Mortem head pin, and then if you wore your Ghastly merch, you were able to purchase the full body Mortem pin.
Yes.
Saturday, for the Ghastly and DeMonstro skeletons, we had, for the general public, a orange skeleton Ghastly head pin. And then for anyone who wore merch, we had Ghastly on a pile of bones and DeMonstro on a pile of bones that you were able to purchase. And then on Sunday, we had Suit Ghastly head pin. And then for anyone who wore merch, Suit Ghastly full body pin.
Yeah, so we had a ton of pins, and it's funny because I came up with the idea to have the merch pins. Like if you wore merch, you could buy a pin. I did that because I wanted people to walk around the whole convention with shirts on, and both Funko and Thrilljoy mentioned that they saw shirts everywhere. So it worked. Thank God. You never know how these things are going to go, and if my experiments will actually work, and it worked.
It did. We had a lot of... First time ever, you had a good idea. Thanks, Chris.
Do you remember I'm the one that came up with Ghastly?
Maybe the second time ever, because you married me. Yeah, that was a good decision.
Great. It was really great seeing everybody at the convention. We had lines wrapped around the convention. It was unbelievable, the amount of people that were showing up, that were excited to be there. New fans that we ended up meeting while we were there as well, getting into Mischief Toys for the very first time. I was tossing out plushes to children every chance that I could get. Those who were just walking by, I like to hook some kids up. I made sure to mention that the plush glows in the dark, because it does, and it looks amazing.
He really does.
Yeah. So we had a great time. We just sort of wanted to make a little video where we talked about what happened in New York Comic Con, bits and pieces, because we're having a hard time making anything right now because we're so ill.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do an unboxing video or anything like that because I don't think it'll do it justice, us being falling apart. I can't really edit anything right now because I can't last very long. So Mischief Toys did incredibly well at New York Comic Con. It was our best year yet. It was a hit. It worked out really well. And the only thing right now that I'm worried about is topping Mischief Toys New York Comic Con 2024 and 2025.
Well, guess what? We're about to. Because before making this video, we were tossing out ideas. And let me tell you something. If you thought this year was good, just wait until next year.
One note, next year will not be a black light year. We've done it the last couple of years. Next year, no black light. We're not going back to the well again. I love doing black light this year. I thought it was fun. Reminds me of old school, Halloween decor, decorations and stuff. I love that look and that idea. But next year is going to be something entirely different. I pitched the idea to Heather, and it's something that we're going to start working on now, so we're ready for it.
Yes.
It's going to be humongous. And I hope you guys are there with us. I hope you come back to New York.
Start planning again in 25.
Baby. Make sure you get those tickets as soon as they go up for sale. Make sure you're ready to buy those tickets to Night of Mischief. It's all going to be huge in 2025. I know 2024 just ended, but now is your time to prepare for 2025. Also, prepare for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, and also Halloween week, which will be coming next week. We'll discuss it more on our live this upcoming Sunday. You're not going to want to miss it. Guys, what did you think about all of this?
I'm not finished.
Oh, you got more?
Yeah, so they just announced New York Comic Con's dates for next year. It'll be Thursday, October 9th through Sunday, October 12th.
Oh, wow, it's earlier.
Yes, book your hotels, your Airbnbs, or whatever. And like Chris said, keep an eye on New York Comic Con for when they release tickets. You are not going to want to miss that. Again, we will be having another Night of Mischief. We will put more information out closer to the convention. Obviously, we will have ticket sales. We do plan on having a figure at Night of Mischief. It is going to be epic.
Yep. Don't miss out. Guys, let us know what you thought about all this and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons on Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Nick Adams, Chris Knockoff, Brian Formolo, Gloman Greco, Scott Field, Eric Rasmussen, Damian Lauderhand, Darns12, Rob King, and Jessica Eaton. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. And if you want to check out our Patreon, head over to patreon.com/Gastlecast. This upcoming Saturday, we're going to be hanging out with our patrons live on Google Meet. It's going to be a blast, as it always is. We'll be doing giveaways. We'll be hanging out. We'll show you upcoming Mischief Toys things. That'll take place on the 26th of October at 9 p.m. Eastern. But if you want to show up early at 8 p.m., you can hang out with fellow patrons on Google Meet and have a bit of a cocktail hour. They have a real fun time there while we get ready for the show at 9 p.m. So go and check it out. Patreon.com/Gastlecast for more info. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You don't want to miss our new content. We have a real blast here. Check it out every single day when we post new content, sick or not, baby. And also watch our lives on Sundays between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, this Sunday will be on, which is the 27th, talking about Halloween week. You don't want to miss it. Come and hang. All right, that's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for sticking around as long as you have. I know we've droned on a little bit, but look, we love Mischief Toys. We love talking about Mischief Toys, so I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.